Hello everyone, let's come to the part 1, finding most frequent integer in the list. To help you understand easily, I will connect our code logic to a real-life voting scene. Imagine we are holding a vote. We have different candidates and a ballot box filled with many ballots. Each ballot has one candidate's number on it. When we tally votes by hand, we follow the fixed process. We take out every ballot one by one. If we see a new candidate for the first time, for example, we see 1, the number is 1, we write their name on our tally table and record 1 vote. If we have seen this candidate before, we simply add 1 more vote to their record. After we check all the ballots, we look at the table and find out who has the most vote. So this is entire process of voting, which is exactly how our Python code works. So first, let's compare some programming concepts with a real-life scene. The first one is function. A function is a complete set of fixed steps to finish one specific task, which is similar to the process of vote. We use the keyword define to define a function. And inside the function, we have a parameter. The whole ballot box that contains all our voting data is a parameter, and we name it in our code such as number list. This is the input of our function. And then we also need a place to record votes, which is a dictionary in Python. The dictionary acts as our tally table. The candidate numbers are the keys, and their vote counts are the values. Then we come to the most important 2 concepts. The first is iteration. Taking out and checking every ballot one by one without skipping any is iteration. In Python, we always use for loop to finish iteration. The second one is conditional statement, which is if statement. Every time we decide whether this candidate is new or not, or we making a judgment. The judgment logic is completely by a if statement in Python. So know these concepts will just come to our code. First, we define our function and set a number list as our parameter. Second, we create an empty frequency dictionary, which is like our blank tally table with no records at the beginning. And then we start our iteration. We use a for loop to go through every number in the number list. This is exactly the process of taking every ballot out of the box. Inside the loop, we use our if conditional statement to make judgment. If the current number is not inside the dictionary, it means we meet these candidates for the first time. We add this number as a new key and set its value to 1. If the current number is already in the dictionary, it means we have recorded this candidate before, and we simply increase its frequency value by 1. After we finish iterating the whole list, our dictionary stores the completely vote count for every number. Finally, we'll find the max frequency. We initialize 2 variables starting at 0, one of the highest frequency, which we call the max frequency, and 1 to store our final result, which we call the most frequent int. Then we iterate through every key and value in our dictionary. If the number's frequency is greater than our current highest frequency, we update the highest frequency and save this number as the most frequent integer. We only use greater than instead of greater or equal at here. So we keep the first candidate if there is a time. At last, we return our final result. So that's the whole logic of this code. But Besides this manual dictionary telelogic, we can also use Python's built-in list.count method to simplify the whole process. So I write it here, the method 2, using the list count method. It can directly calculate the occurrence of each number automatically, which makes the code much shorter. So these are the two ways to solve this problem. Thank you.